What's going on, everybody? Zero Straw Hats here again today for another video, and today I'm here to do something a little bit different. I want to change it up a little bit. This might be something I start doing a little more often because I'm really enjoying the series. And honestly, when I started my channel, this was my first idea anyways, was to do more of chapter reviews. So here we go, my first Spy X Family or Spy Family chapter review. Today we're going to be starting off with chapter 39, and I'll be going on from here onwards. But before we get into chapter 39, there's a few things I want to talk about, which happened in the couple chapters before that are very awesome, very fun to talk about, so we're going to go ahead and get into that. Now, before we go ahead and talk about the newest chapter, I do want to go back because I haven't talked about it yet. A really awesome scene that we had in just a couple chapters ago where Lloyd finally met Damon and Desmond. This was such a cool scene, like, The tension you get from this scene was so wild. You know, this has been so built up for a while, and I think Lloyd handled it perfectly. It was so cool. I really like how even in these little scenes, he's always in detective mode. He's always thinking, like, he knows exactly how much to say, when he's going a little bit too far, but at the same time, while he's having this conversation, he's like memorizing the faces of the people around him and doing all these cool things. Like, Lloyd is just the man. He's so cool. I just wanted to quickly bring up about how cool that scene was. One thing I definitely gotta say about this chapter right off the bat is that we see my boy, like probably one of my favorite characters in the story, which is kind of funny considering how many characters there is in the story, but my boy Henry Henderson makes an appearance for the first time in a while. I love this dude, man. Every time we see him, he's just really funny with the whole elegant thing. I think it's hilarious. I never really get tired of it. It's just kind of my thing, man. I just love this character. So it was good to see him. It was good to have him around a little bit in this chapter. But really, the focus of this chapter more is about Damien and his struggle with kind of that interaction he had with his dad, where he's realizing, like, okay, like, I have to do more to prove to my dad that I deserve his attention, which is really just sad and messed up for a little kid. You know, he's just a little kid and he has so much pressure on him just to do good in school and get those stellar stars so he can impress his dad, who's just really not very nice to him. But this was a good chapter because we see he's just like super focused on school and all he's worried about is like getting those stars. But I think it's very important what they were saying in this chapter. It's very true. Like, it's good to have goals. It's good to be motivated, but it has to be a balance, right? It has to be some kind of balance. You have to be able to enjoy yourself, take a deep breath back, and that actually, in a lot of ways, helps you succeed in your goals more. So it was good just to see him slowly start to have a little bit of fun with his friends and, you know, have this little journey. But definitely, I just feel really bad for him when it comes to, you know, everything he's been through with his dad and him just trying to get his approval. Another thing that's really awesome about this chapter is I really love that panel towards the end where we have the lake and the stars coming down. It looks so beautiful. That's a very well written panel. This series, it's kind of weird because it's definitely not like the best art ever, but it fits the story so well, and I really love the art style. I think it just does this story tremendous amount of value. But you know, one thing that was really cool also is we got a lot of humor with Desmond and Damien Desmond and his little friends. I think it's so funny how like they're so like dedicated to him, like they're always have his back. And it really shows that they really have his back when they go into the water with him when he falls out of the boat and they can't swim either. And it's funny because Desmond was like, "Oh, I have to survive because I'm the master of I'm like the next heir to my family." And then they fall down and they say the same thing. It's really funny, man. Like, I love chapters like we got last week where we get those really like hype moments with Lloyd, or even a while ago when we had that really cool tournament, the tennis tournament. All that stuff is super cool. But really, what keeps me coming back to this story is just these really wholesome, funny moments that you get in this series. And this was a great chapter that I think this as far as a first chapter review, this is kind of a hard one to start with because it really was a more chill chapter, but at the same time those chill chapters are kind of some of the best things about Spy Family. But yeah, it was really cool, and like I said again, I'm just very happy we get to see my boy Henry Henderson, the most elegant man there is. That dude is a GOAT. I love his character so much. We got a whole like series just about him. I would enjoy it. I know I'm a fanboy about that character, but it was really good to see him. But I really hope we get back to Anna and see some cool stuff with her pretty soon, because she really is what makes this series great. That's all I got for today, guys. Just a short video on my review for this chapter. This is something I might start doing more often if you guys like it, because this is kind of what I wanted to do with my channel to begin with, was do more manga chapter reviews. And somewhere along the line, it became more of a manga collecting channel, which is fine. I enjoy it. But I do kind of want to get back to manga reviews, and Spy Family is one that I think is really fun to do. So let me know if you guys enjoyed this video. If you want to see me start to do more consistent reviews and maybe even go back and have some longer conversations about things that have happened in the past when I wasn't doing reviews, I'm very well open to do that as well. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys next time.
Yeah,